No, he's temperamental like that, but I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, Jay said nothing. Well, you want to quit? Let's quit. You know, because it was true. I was a little angry too. You know, we just had this talk, and he said, you just did it. Everything's going to be fine, meaning you're going to go up the ladder, your money. That was like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Here's your first opportunity to prove what you said, and you did the opposite. You get, I'm not putting them down, talking about Earthquake and him, because I love them to death. The one, you know, what's his name, Earthquake. You know,
John Tenta, yeah.
Great guy, man. I love him. Love Tugboat. We still get to see each other out, personal appearances and stuff, conventions, WrestleCons. And he's still big and healthy.
Big guy, yeah.
But he, you know, there was just no way to natural disasters. They were never even meant to go be together for a few months, and that was going to be it, so they could turn them against each other. And they were getting double us. I mean, well, we're turning out every show. We're getting the best match every night, 300 nights a year.
Best matches of the night in a lot of cases. Longest matches of the night in many, many cases, yeah.
Oh my God.
And going on last when the main eventers would go on before intermission.
Yeah, because like Hulk Hogan, I love him too, love you, Hulk. He like he didn't want to get caught up in all the people at the end.
Yeah.
So
and that did make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, well it does, yeah. So he would always, you know, the big main event like that, he goes on before intermission, gets the hell on out of there. Guess who had to be the last match? He'd get caught up in it. It wasn't that bad unless he was in Madison Square Garden.
Oh
like,
my God.
You
Trying
know.
to get out of there? That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, oh God, they'll beat your car up. But so anyway, there was a payphone. But just tells you how long ago. It was a payphone on the wall at the studio where we'd shot the thing, and Shawn was bitching, and you know, like we did sign the paper and do the commercial, but he was like, "That's it, let's quit," because we wanted that little paycheck. But he says, "Go call him, tell him we quit." He tells me that.
He wanted you to call the office.
Yeah, because I handled most of our business up to that point. He never handled business, and he says it in his book. That's what I'm telling you. You'll catch a lie in his book because he tells the same story two different ways. One time, in one chapter, he says, "Well, Marty handled all the business stuff. So when it would look like it was something bad, Marty handled all our business." A few chapters later, when it's him doing good, "Well, I handled all the business stuff. Marty was never into that." Okay, you said two different. Pick one, and the other one's going to be a lie. You can't both be true, right? But anyway, he said, "Let's quit. Fuck it. We just had that meeting. Fuck it. Let's quit." It didn't mean nothing to me because I was okay, and we'd been talking anyway, moving on to WCW. And Dusty Rhodes and Flair were down there. I was pretty good with them. I didn't know Shawn's relationship with him. Dusty and I, rest in peace. Dusty and I used to play paper football. You remember?
Yeah. I remember doing it in school, yeah.
And because when he came up to WWF, at first nobody would have anything to do with him, mainly because he was a booker at WCW. He done fired a few people. so everybody, man, they hated him. So me and him would sit together and play football all the time. So, when you do that, you get to talking and you get closer. You bond in a way. But he'd gone back to WCW. I went up to the payphone and called. When my name swallowed this strawberry. Where do you get strawberry root beer? Is not bad.
Strawberry root beer can be delicious.
And what's John Cena's dad got?
He's got his own line of Fabo Pop, root beer and other sodas.
Man, I'm gonna have to try some of that.
There you go.
He's a good guy.
He's a great man.
I met him once or twice. Great guy. Where was I talking about?
We were talking about Shawn.
Oh yeah,
kind of went back and forth in his book with reality.
Yeah, and I go over to the payphone. I call the office, and Pat Patterson, who I love to death. Pat Patterson answers. Yeah, I asked for Vince, but I get can we speak to Vince, the secretary? And Pat Patterson, "Marty, what's going on? How you doing?" I said, "Hey, I need to speak to Vince." "Vince is kind of busy right now, Marty. Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, me and Shawn just want to know how to put in our notice. Can we do it in writing or can we verbally?" He goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ, Marty, hold on." And right to Vince. Went straight
he was probably listening on speakerphone.
Yeah. "Marty, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Hey, Vince, how you doing?" And I love Vince to death, too. He's always been good to me. There's a couple of things that were weird, but Not sexual weird, nothing like that.
All right, we'll clarify that.
You're looking at me.
No, well, I can't look off into space.
Well, I'm doing it. But so, yeah, Vince is like, what's going on? Like you said, he probably was, because in his voice, he already had
Knew what was
concern.
happening, yeah.
And so I said, man, I'm sorry about my hair, y'all. It looked like Captain Caveman, Captain Cave Jannetty. You got a hat?
No, I don't.
Y'all just got to deal with it, man. I'm sorry. My haircut people went out of business. Pandemic. But so Vince, I said, Vince, we just want to do it properly. Because back then you give a 90-day notice. And the purpose of that, so they beat you down for 90 days. Yeah, so when you go somewhere else, well, damn, he was getting beat for the last, it seems like longer.
Yeah.
Especially to the person you're getting beat down. But so I said, Vince, we want to do this properly. Do we need to write? How do we give our notice? Well, what's the problem? I said, nah, there's no more talking. And Shawn is standing right here. I'm on the phone
He's
right
listening,
here.
yeah.
Shawn's right there. So he's not hearing Vince's part because there was no speakerphone on the payphone. But he's hearing what I'm saying. So I said, nah, Vince, we've already talked about this, the money situation, and there's no more talking. We just got our contract or our agreement for this commercial, and you kind of lied to us, and so we're just gonna put our notice in. And he says something to the effect of, well, you want to come in and talk at TV? I said, nah, there's no more talking. Now Shawn's hearing this, and he's just sitting there not saying a word, just listening. And I said, but so how do we do this notice? He goes, well, let me look. And he goes, I really wish you would reconsider. I said, nah, we've done everything right. And he's looking at you, can hear him flipping pages. He goes, Survivor Series is in 3 weeks. I'll let y'all finish up there. Now, I got ecstatic about that. It's like 3 weeks versus 90 days.
Right.
And if you lose a Survivor Series, nobody gives a shit about that. I mean, boy, you got 48 teams, tag teams, so you lost, okay. But they, and I said, oh, I got happy. I was thanking Vince. Oh, thank you so much, Vince. Thank you. Hung up. And Shawn, because I was thanking him, he was thinking, what'd he say? He was like a little puppy. What'd he say? I said, you're not going to believe this, bro. What? He's going to let us finish up at Survivor Series, which was 3 weeks. I mean, there was no TV taping. That was it. So you get beat on TV one time at a pay-per-view.
Yeah. And that's respectable enough on a pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah, and so me being glad we're not getting beat for 90 days, I'm happy. And Shawn's, when I said that he's letting us finish up the Survivor Series, this was Shawn's reaction. He's fucking gonna let us quit?
The World Wrestling Federation was live at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium in Lowell, Massachusetts, Friday, June the 6th, 1997. In the opening contest, Doug Furness and Phil LaFawn beat the Headbangers. Hunter Hearst Helmsley with the win over Scott Taylor. The New Blackjacks defeated the Godwins. D'Lo Brown victorious over Flash Funk. Brian Pillman beat Jesse James. Ahmed Johnson with the win over Savio Vega. And in the main event, WWF Tag Team Champion Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Psycho Sid defeated WWF Intercontinental Champion Owen Hart, WWF European Champion Davey Boy Smith, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who replaced Bret Hart. If you were in Lowell live, share your memories in the comment section below. Use the links in the description box to keep Wrestling Legends working in our eBay store and on our world-renowned Patreon streaming service so we can bring you more interactive superstar shoot interviews to relive the good old days of professional wrestling. Check it out. Boston Wrestling Sports in the MWF explodes into a new year with professional wrestling content galore and need you to join our family. Every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. after our Monday Night Raw review, it's Wrestling Insiders at your house with WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. after NXT and AEW, join rotating legends on Wrestling Insiders Special Edition. Every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after our NXT and Dynamite review, it's Marty Jannetty's no-holds-barred sex, drugs, and rock and roll journey on Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty. Friday night after SmackDown, don't miss John Cena Sr.'s Wrestling Insider's Fabulous Fridays. Plus, look for classic clips, history videos, bonus live episodes, pay-per-view watch-alongs, and more. For less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, get early ad-free access to our Wrestling Insider talk shows, our acclaimed studio shoot interview DVD library, and help keep wrestling legends working during the worst of times. Join our growing family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. Expect the unexpected in 2021.